Okay, so today we're gonna build that workflow that you just saw in the demo. I haven't built it yet, but obviously I post the demo at the beginning of the video so you can see what it is before you watch the whole thing. So we're gonna build it. The idea is that you could take a winning performing ad and be able to completely turn that into an animated or automatically make it like a video ad or something like that. So the way we're gonna do that is I'm gonna first just make a Google Drive. Because I think the best way we do it would be if we uploaded a drive with the ones that we want to animate, and then that would just sort of be the. Or I think I'll start by just going to get a bunch of advertisements. Okay, so I've only got one ad here. It's a Spotify ad, but it's fine. It'll work. So what I'll do now is I'll go to Drive here and I'll make a new folder and I'll call this add to video. Okay, and now I'll go here and we'll go to Drive, Google Drive, and we're gonna look for download. All right, let's look for changes involving a specific folder. The folder I'll do by ID, and this ID I'm gonna copy it from the Google Drive. You can't see that. Hold on. All right, so see, this is what we're gonna copy here. This is the ID. So I Control C, I'll come here and I'll paste it in here. And to make sure it's working, you can click on this and it should open up that drive, which it did. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna watch for file created in it. So obviously if I run this, it's gonna listen and there's no data. But if I take this and I just, for example, make a copy and I copy that and I come here and I paste it in. There it goes. And now if I execute this workflow, you can see that it has gotten the thing. Okay. So it's managed to get this, which is the image that we want, which is great. But now we want to talk about what exactly do we want to be done to this image, right? So if we go here and we go to Google Gemini, we can do analyze an image, okay? And before we actually, if we go analyze an image and I pick, for example, Gemini 3 Pro, or I don't know if this will work as it, binary file. Okay, I'm gonna say the following is an advertisement for Spotify, the music platform. Spotify, the music platform. Do a deep analysis as if you were to recreate this image, but in an animated style where where the image becomes a 8-second video still as an ad for Spotify. Maintain the message maintain the message, copy target audience, and any pricing if you see it. And any pricing if you see, and any pricing. Okay. Now this obviously isn't going to work right away because I need to go in here and I need to go to Drive and I need to download, look for download. can just search for it, download a file. We'll go by ID, and what I want is the file ID. So if I look at this ID, that ID is what I want. So if I go here, if I execute this step, we have a Spotify ad, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and pin these two, and I run this entire thing. This is doing a deep analysis of it, and we'll see what happens when it comes out. Okay, now here's the thing. We don't always want to have to, you know, move it to table. What is this? Yeah, okay. Um, we're gonna switch this to 3 Pro Preview and run that again. Oh, that's another problem right there. This API key isn't gonna work. Okay, we'll do it again. So we'll execute this, let it do its analysis of this. Now, once it's done, we want to also have a way to be able to just simply say, I want this image to be, I don't know. We want to describe the animation that we want to happen for the advertisement, right? What we'll do here is we'll go add to video, and we'll have it make a new folder called animated ad. All right, and then we'll do it like that. So here we're gonna need to use another Gemini node, and we're gonna go to generate a video. This will be our next node. We're gonna pick 3.1 generate settings and go to on error, go to continue using error output, and in the error output I'll show you what we're gonna do. But anyways, here we're obviously gonna pass in that prompt into here, and we're gonna say on error we're gonna duplicate this. It's gonna come here. We'll just change the model to, let's say, 3 generate preview. The prompt will carry over, and on error we'll plug it back in just so that it keeps going. If there's an error, it doesn't just automatically, whatever. Okay, this thing is still doing its analysis, so we'll just let it do that. In the meantime, we would like to probably, let's say, put more stuff into this. So I know I have some ads that are saved somewhere. Because this is still going. All right, anyways, here's a deep analysis production plan transform setting Spotify ad audio banner into an engaging 18 animated video ad, conceptual approach, art direction. Okay, so we have all this stuff here. Well, this is just gonna does with this. Okay, we're gonna see how that goes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna show you how we can get some good ads from somewhere. So I'm gonna go to just to kind of see this. Let's look at like Nike ad. This is good. Okay, so I'll go here. I'm gonna just save this image as Nike ad, add to video. I'm not gonna drop that in there just yet. I want to show you how the trigger will work if I do it. So for now, let's let this run just the way it is. But basically, what I'm thinking what we'll do is we're gonna have it like, um, take in the, okay, let's look at this. Uh-huh. Not bad. Let's take this out. We're gonna just say describe in extreme detail what is in the image. Do not leave anything out. Okay, and we're gonna execute this step. So that clearly, that was not a bad video, but there was a lot wrong with it, so we need to fix that. So what we'll do here is we'll go to OpenAI and we'll go to message a model, and we're gonna do message a model. We're gonna choose 4.1. I'm gonna go to system. I'm gonna say you are a marketing expert. Your job is to take the image description provided by the user and turn it into an advertisement description that will be fed into an image, into a video generation model. Do not change the name of the company, the pricing of the company, the writing of the copy, the message, the target audience, the logo of the business. Do not change, and we're going to put here if any, and that's just going to be a consistent thing we're going to put here, if any, if any, if any, if any. Your output should be only the video generation prompt in JSON as follows. And okay, just like that. We'll add message. I'm gonna say image this. I'm gonna don't really do that because this already says based on the image provided. And the last thing I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna make this system, and I'm gonna put here an expression example output, which would be prompt. And now here I'm gonna just kind of paste a prompt. Here is the image description. We'll put that down there. How do you spell advertisement? How do you spell advertisement? Oh, it's missing the E. Anyways, advertisement description. that will be fed into a video generation model. Do not change the name of the company, if any, the pricing company, if any, the copywriting, the message, the target audience. Okay, to unlock the business. Your output should be only the video generation prompt in JSON as follows. Example output prompt. So what I will do now is I will just go ahead and all right. Well, the other thing we're gonna say is we're gonna go with 4.1. I thought I already picked that. Do not change. I'm gonna say your prompt must include the following: music, um, visuals, words, if any. So actually, here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna open a Claude model. Hold on. I'm gonna open Claude here. I'm gonna download this. Is it downloaded? Yes, okay. I'm gonna go here. Is this, oh, can't open that. Okay. I don't need to. I have it here. No, 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 no. Download file. Here it is. Download this file. Move that to the bin. Okay, I've got it. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna drop it in. I'm gonna say you have a Nike image ad. I need you to write a, okay, pretend you are a marketing specialist. You are to turn this ad into a 8-second video. Use into an 8-second video. So create a prompt that I can give to a video gen model. Leave nothing to the imagination. You must include words, voice, tone, color, style, atmosphere, copywriting, lighting. You are a marketing specialist. You are a movie director. I'm gonna change this to you are a movie director. Lighting did not change from the original ad. Okay, and we'll say that I need you to behave like a multi-million dollar director. Leave nothing on the table. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Leave nothing to the imagination. Lighting and everything else. I'm going to say example output. I'm going to say example of a previous of a previous image to movie. That's perfect. That is freaking absolutely perfect. And now if I go here, I'm gonna paste this thing in. It seems to have pasted it twice. It's fine. Oh yeah, we don't need this. This is all. Where's the thing about final? What was the last thing we had? Oh, we have to go into logo treatment. In the background, no animation. No, 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 no. Okay. I think the last word is iconic. Yup. Okay, so I'm gonna have this be the thing as an example of the output. Example output. Well, you see, I don't know. We will yeah. Okay. So let's just make some expression so I can look at it like this. Okay. I'm gonna just separate these by these 5 things here. I tend to use 6 actually. Okay. One, audio landscape, this and this. Actually, you know what? For this, we're just gonna go ahead and pack it into one thing so it doesn't start messing around with that. And outputting it. The output should be only the generation JSON as follows. Okay, I think that's pretty good to be honest. Let's see how it goes for the Spotify ad, right? So I'm gonna pin this and I'm gonna run this. And oh shit, no. Hold on, let's stop that real because this is gonna be the prompt is gonna have to come from actually that does seem about right. Okay, go for it. Visual sequence cinematography. The overall is optimistic. The points of the video driven impact. All right. So now if I go here, you see I do not need. Why is this still running? What just happened? Okay. Anyways, final atmosphere. This Anyways, it's not really doing the right thing when it comes to this, but this is fine because we really only have one thing that it's gonna, whatever. So I'm gonna unpin this, and now that I've fed in this here, I'm gonna run it again. Example output, we'll get rid of this, it's fine. It doesn't need to be there. Okay, this thing got it, so we shall just let it let it run. What I was saying for this, what we'll do is we're then gonna have another flow, which is gonna be basically as soon as that's done, what we're gonna do is gonna go to Drive and we're gonna go to create a folder. And the root folder is gonna be still this one here. Okay, so let me copy that and go by ID and paste. Or what we'll have this will come on to an AI agent. Define below. I'm gonna say you need to move the static image file to, so you need to create a new drive, a new folder inside of this folder, inside of this folder. Then you will move the file that the Google Drive trigger got into the folder you just created. This seems like a serious overkill, actually. Let's look at this. Videos never sounded so good. I think that's much better than the previous one. Yeah? Okay, so this is gonna go into create a new folder. Yes, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to another OpenAI message a model. Yeah, we're gonna go to OpenAI. We're gonna go to message a model. Be doing that much. GPT-4o mini. A name for this file. And we're just gonna pass in something like this. Okay. I'm going to pin this and pin this. And I'm going to say, come up with a name for this file. Okay, run that. This should be super quick. Spotify, um, this file, output only the name. Spotify Ad Studio Cinematic Launch. Okay, create folder. The folder will be called this thing. Okay. As you can see, that folder is now there. And we're gonna go back to Drive. And we're gonna go to Move File. And the file we're gonna move is in this folder. sorry, we want to move it into the folder that we just created, which is this one here. So we have this here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And our last thing is gonna be the last part of the Google Drive, which is gonna be upload a file. So I'm going to pin these three. I'm gonna come here. And I need to get the data from this one. So what we'll do is we'll create a merge. This is gonna go in here. Okay, so if I execute this, we get these two items, and this is gonna be the input file, and the file name, we're gonna call it movie. It's gonna go into the recently created folder right there. This contains two items. We'll have a filter here. See, we have two items here. We have the drive file. Okay. Go to Drive. Here we'll put upload file. Where's upload file? Okay, I'm gonna upload this file. I'm gonna call it movie. It's gonna go into this initial folder that we made first. Okay, go by ID, put that there. Okay, that wasn't necessary. Let's move that to trash. Okay, so let's go here, execute workflow. It's gonna add that. This is gonna come out here. We've put that in there, and now that we've created this other folder, we're gonna go to move file. So Google Drive, move file. This is gonna be move movie. This was move static. Okay, and if we go to this is gonna be called upload movie, and this was called upload. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Upload movie file is this, and we want to put it in the folder we just created. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna pin this too. Now we have this ad sitting here. I want to just run this, which has now moved it into here. So we have this, which is the basic static ad, and we have this, which is still being processed, but we know what it is already. We can just download it. As you can see, it started. Now if I click on this, right, not too bad, not too bad. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna run this, but we're gonna make it active so you can see what it's like. Okay, so if I go here and I unpin all of these and I save it, I clear the execution data. We have Spotify. If I go back here, there's nothing there. I'm gonna upload this Nike one into this folder. So I'm gonna press publish. I'm gonna publish this. Okay. I go to executions. There is nothing running there right now, obviously, but it is checking. Now, if I go ahead and I just drop this Nike ad into it and I go here, looking at this thing, it's checking every minute. So we might just have to wait 1 minute, but soon you'll see an execution appear up here. Because it's kind of, it runs like, in parallel, we can have multiple, I can drop like multiple things into here. This is the one that I've just dropped into here right now, but there's obviously more that we can put in many. For example, we have Nike ad. I'll just like look at, for example, Porsche. What will they tax next? Okay. I'll open it in a new tab and I'll save this, but I'll save it as a JPEG. Okay, I'll look back. This is running right now. And if I go ahead and here I drop in, so here we have this Porsche ad, right? I'm gonna go here and we're gonna say drop in this ad over there. This is the Porsche ad. This one is currently running, and so we'll wait a second and then we're gonna see the file appear and we're gonna see, we're gonna see the folder you think about it, if you could populate this thing with all of your static ads and then have them turn into videos, that's pretty insane to be honest. Now we've also sort of told the model not to focus too much on, if you look at this, we have a voiceover. This says none. The image speaks for itself. You can definitely have a voiceover if you want to have a voiceover, right? You're free to just mess around with the, I personally don't want voiceover, but you're free to just mess around with this model here, which is what we've used to instruct it on how to best create, sorry, this one. You see, we've given it this, and if you look here, it says voiceover none, the image speaks for itself, right? No explanation needed, no verbal call to action. It's kind of copying this one, even though it's just an example, which is perfectly fine because it means that you can filter out what you don't like from this example and leave that in there, and then you're pretty much guaranteed for this to go ahead and create for you something that you actually will like. Okay, looking at the folder, we have elevate the impossible, and that image was just here. It moved into here. And here we have a movie, which right now I'm just going to download it. This is something we got to figure out later about why it won't seem to play on Google Drive. I don't think it's a big deal to be honest, but that's just something that I guess we need, whatever. Here's what it created. That's pretty good.